6 Signs of a Stupid Person, Modern Stoicism. In my years of living and observing the world around me, I've come to understand something crucial. Wisdom isn't just about what you know, it's about how you apply that knowledge to your life, how you treat those around you, and how you learn and grow from your experiences. But here's the kicker. There are certain undeniable signs that reveal when someone is lacking in true wisdom. And today, we're going to dive into 6 of those signs. Now, before you dismiss this as just another judgmental list, let me explain why it matters. Recognizing these traits isn't about criticizing others. It's about self-awareness, personal growth, and yes, avoiding these common mistakes in our own lives. It's also about helping those around us who may not even realize they're stuck in a cycle of ignorance. So, welcome to this journey of insight and reflection. Together, we'll explore the 6 clear signs of a foolish person, and along the way, uncover powerful lessons that can elevate our own lives. This is all part of the wisdom that modern Stoicism teaches us, learning from the past, embracing growth, and understanding the Stoic secrets of navigating life with awareness and clarity. Are you ready to dive in? Let's get started. Number 1. A closed mind. A closed mind serves as a fortress of ignorance, built brick by brick over time, with each layer formed from fear, pride, and an unwillingness to embrace change. It is a mental barrier that keeps progress at bay, often causing those who possess it to reject new ideas, viewpoints, or different ways of thinking. These individuals are trapped in the narrow confines of their existing knowledge and experience, making them blind to the vast opportunities for growth and self-improvement that lie beyond their limited worldview. The resistance to change, while seemingly protective, often stems from a deep-rooted fear of being wrong or a need to control their environment. In reality, however, it is this very fear that keeps them stagnant. They build a wall around themselves, creating a false sense of security, while at the same time denying themselves the chance to evolve or expand their understanding. A closed mind may appear confident on the surface, but it is fragile at its core, existing only to shield them from the discomfort of uncertainty and the unknown. This inability to accept that they don't know everything becomes their greatest barrier. When individuals refuse to acknowledge the limitations of their knowledge, they stop learning and adapting. This attitude not only stunts personal growth, but also hinders their ability to form deeper connections with others. After all, how can one truly engage with others if their minds are closed to different perspectives or experiences? This unwillingness to embrace change is harmful not only to the individual, but also to the wider community, as it stifles progress and understanding. True wisdom, on the other hand, comes from the ability to remain open-minded, to step outside the comfort zone of established beliefs, and to welcome new insights. Stoicism, with its emphasis on adaptability and resilience, teaches that real wisdom lies not in always being right, but in being willing to learn from mistakes, adapt to challenges, and grow. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, captured this idea perfectly when he said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple yet profound observation reminds us that wisdom is not about clinging to our own ideas, but about actively listening to and understanding the world around us. In the fast-paced, ever-changing world we live in today, being open-minded is more critical than ever. It allows us to navigate the complexities of life with flexibility, to thrive in the face of change, and to learn from a vast array of experiences and perspectives. If you notice the signs of a closed mind within yourself, it is time to reassess your approach. Let go of the need to be right all the time and cultivate a sense of humility and curiosity. By embracing the unknown and approaching life with an open heart, you will not only improve your own understanding, but also foster growth and progress in those around you. This shift in mindset can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to open their minds as well. Remember the words of Seneca, another Stoic sage, who wisely stated, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." In the context of a closed mind, this quote serves as a reminder of the time we waste holding on to outdated ideas and refusing to evolve. By opening yourself up to new ideas, you allow yourself to grow, learn, and truly embrace the transformative power of modern Stoicism. True growth comes not from clinging to the familiar, but from embracing the unfamiliar, and in doing so, you unlock endless possibilities for personal development. Let go of stubbornness and fear, and allow the power of an open mind to enrich your life in ways you never thought possible. Number 2. Constant blaming. One of the greatest obstacles to personal growth is the tendency to constantly blame others for the challenges we face in life. We've all come across individuals who, when confronted with failure or mistakes, quickly shift the blame to external factors or other people instead of taking responsibility for their actions. This is a defense mechanism that many people rely on to avoid the uncomfortable but necessary process of self-reflection and personal growth. It's much easier to point fingers at others than it is to admit that we might have contributed to the issue. But while blaming others might seem like a temporary escape, it doesn't solve anything. In fact, it only prevents us from addressing the root cause of the problem, keeping us trapped in a cycle of denial and stagnation. You've probably witnessed how this constant blaming can damage relationships. It creates walls of distrust and resentment. When people see you constantly blaming others for your shortcomings, they begin to question your reliability and maturity. And who can truly depend on someone who refuses to take accountability for their actions? Now, let's contrast this behavior with that of wise individuals. Those who approach life with responsibility and accountability understand that admitting mistakes isn't about enjoying criticism or feeling bad about themselves. It's about recognizing that taking ownership is the first step toward growth. It's essential for emotional maturity and personal development. When you take responsibility for your actions, it gives you the space to reflect on what went wrong and learn from it. This is what allows you to improve, become stronger, and grow wiser. It's not always easy to face our flaws, but when we choose to own them, we are not only acknowledging our mistakes, we are actively seeking a path to improvement. Consider the story of a manager named Mark who worked at a tech startup. One day, the project he had been leading failed badly. His team was frustrated and the pressure was mounting. Mark could have easily blamed the marketing team for poor execution, the clients for unrealistic expectations, or the miscommunication between departments. But instead, he decided to step back and ask himself a powerful question. What could I have done differently? He took responsibility for his part in the failure, even though it wasn't easy to admit. That one decision made all the difference. His team respected him more for his honesty and vulnerability. Mark's willingness to admit his mistakes set the tone for a culture of growth and accountability within the company. By not blaming anyone else, Mark built trust and credibility with his team, and they began to follow his example. His transparency not only improved his own leadership skills, but also fostered an environment where people felt safe to take ownership of their own mistakes. So now, I challenge you to reflect. How often do you look to external factors when things go wrong? Are you quick to blame your circumstances, other people, or things outside of your control? Have you ever stopped to consider how your own actions or decisions might have played a role in the outcome? These are tough questions, but they are essential for personal growth. They are part of the Stoic secrets that guide us toward wisdom and self-improvement. In Stoic philosophy, the emphasis is not on avoiding blame or blaming others, but on taking full ownership of our actions, whether good or bad, and using them as stepping stones to grow and evolve. The Stoics understood that wisdom starts with accepting responsibility for everything that happens in our lives. This requires humility and courage, but it's also where true transformation begins. When you stop blaming others, you free yourself from the chains of defensiveness and begin the journey of real personal growth. The key takeaway here is simple. Taking responsibility is not only the key to becoming a better person, but it's also what makes you more reliable, respected, and trusted by others. When you embrace accountability, you not only improve yourself, but also create a culture of trust and growth around you. People begin to feel safe in your presence, knowing you won't shy away from owning your actions. So I ask you, is there an area in your life where you're still shifting blame? Where are you holding back from taking full ownership? Challenge yourself to embrace the Stoic secrets of responsibility, act with integrity, and move forward with confidence. When you do, not only will you experience personal progress, but you'll inspire those around you to do the same. Number 3. Arrogance. Arrogance is one of the most harmful traits a person can possess. It may seem like confidence at first glance, but beneath the surface, it's often rooted in deep insecurity and an inflated sense of self-importance. Arrogant individuals constantly feel the need to prove they are superior, often going so far as to belittle or dismiss the ideas and contributions of others. This isn't true self-assurance. It's a defense mechanism designed to protect them from feeling vulnerable or being exposed as wrong. While they might appear outwardly confident, their arrogance is simply a shield that blocks any opportunity for real learning and growth. It creates a false sense of certainty, making them believe they have all the answers. They close themselves off from alternative viewpoints and become entrenched in their own limited perspectives. The problem with arrogance is that it prevents progress. These individuals believe they already know everything, so they stop listening to others, and they become incapable of adapting to new information. Instead of developing and improving, they stagnate in their narrow worldview. In fact, they may even make poor decisions, as their overconfidence blinds them to other possibilities and leads them to ignore advice or suggestions. How often have you encountered someone so convinced of their own perspective that they refuse to consider another point of view? It's all too easy to fall into this trap, especially when we're afraid of being wrong or appearing weak in front of others. We may not want to admit that we don't have all the answers, or that someone else might have a better approach. In the fast-paced, ever-changing world we live in today, being open-minded is more critical than ever. It allows us to navigate the complexities of life with flexibility, to thrive in the face of change, and to learn from a vast array of experiences and perspectives. On the other hand, arrogance isolates us. It builds walls that prevent us from connecting with others, from learning and evolving. When we embrace humility, we open ourselves up to new ideas, to growth, and to richer relationships. By recognizing that others have something valuable to teach us, we not only improve ourselves, but we enrich our understanding of the world. Think about it. When was the last time you truly listened to someone, without judgment or the desire to prove your point? What did you learn from it? These moments of genuine connection and openness are where true personal growth happens. Modern Stoicism teaches us that real strength isn't about dominating others with our opinions, but about embracing the knowledge and wisdom of those around us. It's about recognizing that we are all part of a greater whole, and that the ideas and experiences of others can help us become better, more well-rounded individuals. Are you ready to challenge your own arrogance, to put aside the fear of being wrong and open yourself to the lessons that others can offer? When we confront our own arrogance, we take the first step toward becoming wiser, humbler individuals, people who value personal growth, learning, and meaningful connections over the shallow need to always be right. By practicing humility, we open the doors to true wisdom, growth, and the ability to navigate life with a clear, open mind. Number 4. Lack of empathy. One of the most significant signs of ignorance is a lack of empathy. This trait signifies a person's inability to truly understand or relate to the emotions of others, creating a wall that prevents meaningful connection. In modern life, where relationships, whether personal, professional, or social, are built on emotional intelligence and understanding, this inability to empathize can have serious consequences. People who lack empathy often fail to perceive the world from anyone else's perspective, resulting in shallow, disconnected interactions that lack depth and authenticity. In relationships, whether they are with family, friends, or colleagues, empathy is the bridge that links us to one another. Without it, we struggle to communicate effectively, offer support in times of need, or respond appropriately to the emotional cues others provide. Empathy is not just about sympathy or pity, but about understanding the pain, joy, and struggles of others from their viewpoint. A person who lacks empathy may unintentionally hurt others because they are unable to grasp the emotional weight of their actions or words. For example, a comment that might seem harmless to someone lacking empathy can feel hurtful or even destructive to someone else. In such cases, there is often a breakdown in communication, leading to misunderstandings and resentment. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts," highlighting the importance of emotional understanding in shaping our relationships and overall well-being. Empathy is essential for building strong, healthy connections. It allows us to recognize others' needs, acknowledge their feelings, and act with kindness and consideration. In the workplace, it can lead to better collaboration, smoother interactions, and a more positive environment. In personal relationships, it fosters love, trust, and mutual respect. The absence of empathy, on the other hand, often leads to isolation. A person who doesn't engage with others emotionally tends to become disconnected, which can result in loneliness and alienation over time. In this world that's increasingly driven by digital interactions, face-to-face conversations that allow for emotional connection are becoming rarer. This is where the Stoic secrets of emotional control and empathy can help restore balance. In Stoic philosophy, true wisdom isn't just about knowing what is right or wrong. It is about the capacity to relate to others in a meaningful way. By practicing empathy, we begin to understand people's emotions and experiences more deeply, enriching our own lives in the process. This enhances not only our personal growth, but also our interactions with the world around us. Through empathy, we cultivate compassion and foster a greater sense of connection, making the world a more supportive and understanding place. If you recognize a lack of empathy in yourself, take a step toward change by actively listening to others without judgment. Try to see the world through their eyes and respond in ways that show you understand their emotional state. This simple practice of putting yourself in someone else's shoes can have profound effects on the way you relate to others. As modern Stoics, we must remember that empathy isn't just a moral choice. It is an essential tool for personal development. When we apply Stoic teachings to our daily lives, we open ourselves to the profound wisdom that comes with connecting deeply with others. If you make the effort to develop empathy, you will find that your relationships grow stronger, your emotional intelligence increases, and you will be better equipped to deal with the challenges that arise in life. In the end, the wisdom of empathy will enrich both your personal growth and your ability to positively influence those around you. You've come this far because you're committed to living with wisdom and purpose. Take a moment to reflect. When was the last time you set aside your own arrogance and truly listened to others? Share your thoughts in the comments with the phrase, "I choose humility over arrogance," to show that you're embracing this powerful lesson. Stay connected. More transformative lessons are on the way. Number 5. Fear of change. The fear of change is a force that holds many people captive within their comfort zones, even when those very zones no longer serve them. This fear manifests in an aversion to trying new things or stepping outside familiar routines, even when those routines have outlived their effectiveness. It is often fueled by a deep sense of insecurity or the belief that change is inherently dangerous or destabilizing. This fear convinces individuals that sticking to the status quo is safer than venturing into the unknown, and as a result, they miss out on the potential growth that comes with change. Yet, the reality is that life is a constant evolution. Nothing remains static, and resisting change is akin to trying to swim against a powerful current. Eventually, the resistance to change leads to stagnation, where progress and development are impossible. As Heraclitus, the ancient Greek philosopher, famously said, "The only constant in life is change. Change is inevitable, and the sooner we accept it, the sooner we can adapt and thrive." Those who embrace change are often the ones who find success in the face of adversity, as they possess the flexibility to evolve with their circumstances. They understand that change is not something to be feared, but rather an opportunity for personal growth and transformation. Modern Stoicism teaches us to view change through a lens of opportunity rather than as a threat. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius believed that the key to a flourishing life is not avoiding difficulty or discomfort, but learning how to adapt to them gracefully. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, Marcus Aurelius wrote, reflecting the Stoic belief that obstacles and change are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to personal development. In modern life, we often face many changes, from shifts in our careers to changes in personal relationships or even our own health. Fear of change, however, keeps us stuck in unhealthy patterns, often causing us to cling to situations or environments that no longer serve us. The key to thriving in such an environment is to cultivate the mindset of adaptability, learning to embrace change as part of the natural flow of life. When you find yourself resisting change, ask yourself what opportunities might lie just beyond your fear. Could a new career open doors for you that you've never considered? Could a change in your perspective lead to stronger, more meaningful relationships? The Stoic philosophy encourages us to view challenges and changes as chances to refine ourselves, build resilience, and strengthen our ability to handle life's unpredictability. Instead of being overwhelmed by the unknown, we can approach it as an exciting opportunity for growth and learning. By embracing change, we become more adaptable, more capable of handling life's challenges with grace, and more open to new possibilities. Fear of change often paralyzes people, keeping them stuck in cycles of stagnation. But it's important to recognize that resisting change only delays the inevitable. Life is not meant to be a static experience. It is meant to be dynamic, filled with new challenges and opportunities for personal growth. The individuals who are able to accept and navigate these shifts are the ones who experience true success and fulfillment. As the modern Stoic philosopher Ryan Holiday aptly put it, "The obstacle is the way." This powerful statement encapsulates the Stoic belief that what appears to be an obstacle, whether it's a change we fear or a challenge we don't want to face, is often the very thing that helps us grow. When we approach life with a mindset of openness and flexibility, we unlock the potential to turn adversity into opportunity, to see the unknown not as something to be feared, but as something to be embraced. So if you find yourself resisting change, take a deep breath, reflect on what lies beyond your fear, and consider the possibilities that come with stepping into the unknown. In the words of the Stoics, growth and wisdom are not about avoiding discomfort, but learning to navigate it with courage and resilience. Embrace change as a natural part of your life, and you'll soon find that it is one of the most powerful catalysts for transformation. Number 6. Talking more than listening. One of the most common traits of individuals who struggle with wisdom is their tendency to talk more than they listen. It's easy to get caught up in sharing your thoughts, opinions, and ideas, but when you dominate conversations without allowing others to express their perspectives, you miss out on the chance to learn, connect, and grow. Think about it. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone talks endlessly, cutting you off or showing little interest in what you have to say? It's frustrating, right? You may have even felt unheard or disrespected, and that's because when someone talks more than they listen, they fail to recognize the value in the viewpoints of others. These individuals often fail to build strong relationships or find common ground because they don't take the time to truly understand the feelings and thoughts of those around them. This behavior can cause misunderstandings, strain relationships, and create unnecessary tension. Now let's shift gears and think about the value of listening. Listening is more than just hearing words. It's about giving others the space to express themselves and truly taking in what they have to say. When we listen actively, we show respect for others, and that respect builds trust and deepens our connections. Imagine how much stronger your relationships could be if you took the time to really listen to the people around you. Listening fosters collaboration, problem-solving, and empathy, qualities that are essential for success in both personal and professional life. But talking without listening only pushes people away and limits your ability to grow. I'm sure you've heard the saying, "We were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason." It's a reminder that we should listen more than we speak. This principle is deeply rooted in Stoicism, where wisdom is not about the words you say, but the ability to understand, learn, and grow from what others have to offer. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, often reflected on the value of listening and understanding, and he emphasized how true wisdom comes from carefully considering the views of others. The Stoic secrets reveal that when you listen, you open yourself up to new perspectives, and you avoid the trap of being stuck in your own limited viewpoint. The wisest people aren't those who talk the most. They're the ones who seek to understand others deeply. Consider the story of Anna, a manager at a growing company. She was known for her ability to lead with insight, not because she had all the answers, but because she listened to her team. During meetings, while others were quick to share their ideas, Anna always took a moment to listen first. She valued everyone's input and made sure every voice was heard. Over time, her team grew more cohesive and creative because they felt valued and understood. Anna didn't just talk. She listened, learned, and fostered an environment where collaboration and growth could flourish. So, how often do you find yourself talking more than listening? Are there moments when you interrupt others or overlook their feelings and thoughts? It's easy to slip into the habit of dominating conversations, but practicing the art of listening can make all the difference in building better relationships and gaining valuable insights. The next time you're in a conversation, Take a step back and ask yourself, am I truly listening to this person, or am I just waiting for my turn to speak? By being more mindful of this, you will not only improve your relationships, but also tap into the wisdom that comes from embracing different perspectives. Remember, listening is not a passive activity. It's an active choice to engage with the world and the people around you in a deeper, more meaningful way. If you want to unlock the Stoic secrets of wisdom, start by listening more and speaking less. In doing so, you'll foster stronger connections and set yourself on a path toward personal growth. The lesson here is clear. Talking less and listening more leads to greater understanding, stronger relationships, and a more fulfilling life. By practicing active listening, you allow others to share their experiences and insights, which not only enriches your own life, but also encourages others to feel valued and heard. So, next time you're in a conversation, take a step back, listen with intention, and watch how your relationships and personal growth thrive. You've made it halfway through this video, and I want to congratulate you for committing to your personal growth. You're on the right path, and I'd be honored if you could take a moment to leave a comment. It really helps support the channel. If you're unsure what to say, just type "listen more, speak less" to show me you're with me on this journey. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more valuable content like this. Let's continue to grow and learn together. Identifying the signs of a stupid person can provide valuable insights into behaviors that hinder personal growth and meaningful connections. Understanding these traits allows you to recognize and avoid negative patterns in both yourself and others, leading to healthier relationships and a more fulfilling life. Recognizing these signs is the first step in transforming your life and embracing wisdom.